Okay, good to go.
All right. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you taking time out of your night to check this out. Chances are you were invited by someone, and so we want to honor your time by starting on time, and we're just pumped that someone thought of you to introduce you to this. But before we get into the nitty-gritty information, we've got some awesome stories to share with you from people who are experiencing some pretty good results. So I'd love to give my friend Teresa the opportunity to share with you how she was feeling before and how she's feeling now. So Teresa is a teacher. She's from Las Vegas, and she just got started on these products about 3 weeks ago. So Teresa, do you want to share a little bit more about your experience?
Yes. Hey, everybody. It's me. And then everybody talks about like single mom life. It's like single fur mom life. If I don't hold this one, she will cry and throw a fit. So she's here with us. I'll make it really brief, but I just wanted to kind of hop on here and share some of my awesome results that I've had so far. I was struggling hardcore about 3 weeks ago. I was trying to do all the right things, and I knew all the right things that I needed to be doing. I needed to eat better, and I needed to move more, and just feed my body with what I needed. I mean, it's kind of common sense, right? We all know that, like, work out more and eat less crap. But I was really struggling. I was having some depression issues. It's really hard to want to get up and do your workout when you're depressed and you don't want to get out of your bed. And that's kind of where I was at. And not like I couldn't function. I went to work, but I basically got up, came home and flopped in my bed. And that was all I did. My social life was suffering because I would cancel plans because I had no energy to go anywhere. I was trying to get more involved with friends at church. And then I was like a flaker because I would be exhausted and I would bail on what I was supposed to go do. And I just was really struggling hardcore I kept wanting this motivation to start happening and for me to feel different.
Brinley, come clean this mess up in the living room, please. Kitchen.
And I didn't know what to do. And then I saw Lindsay and what she was doing. And there was just something that was different about her. She just seemed like calm and happy. And she seemed like she was doing so well. And so I thought, there's something happening here. I need to just reach out and find out what's going on because, I just keep seeing all these stories. And when you kind of feel like, I wonder if that could be me. Like, what if I could actually feel that way? What if I could wake up in the morning and not dread my entire day? And so I kind of sent her a message to find out what was going on. And I knew that fueling your body is important. And I thought I was doing that with what I was doing before. And then I reached out. She talked to me about the program that she was on and what she was doing. And I was like, you know what, whatever you've got, I want it because I look at you and you look happy and healthy and like energized and I need it. As long as it's legal, I'm in. Even if it's not, I might've been anyway. So I was like, let's do this. So I got my stuff. I got started with the Be Fulfilled pack because I'm like, you know what? I'm very I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it kind of person. And so I jumped in and within like a day or two, I'm like, I don't know what's in these super fruits, but they're magic. I was taking them in the morning and I'm driving to work and I'm like, I'm not complaining about my whole day that's ahead of me. I'm actually because I had a friend that no joke, the whole drive, we'd be complaining about having to go to work. Like, this sucks. I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. And I'd find myself smiling and happy and I had energy. And at the end of the day, I actually would go to my church group and hang out with people because I didn't need to lay in my bed at 7:00. And I'm noticing so many, the number one thing for me so far has just been my mood has improved. I have so much more energy now. I feel like the cloudiness has been lifted. I'm not really walking around in a haze anymore. So I'm super thrilled with everything so far. And I can't wait to see how much better this is going to get. The more I learn about the products and the more I learn about different ways that I can use them. So I'm super excited to be excited because I haven't been excited in a long time. So that's my story so far, at least, to be continued. That's it.
So awesome. So that's a common theme that you're going to hear from a few of these stories tonight. Is kind of like you're giving your life back, which was the case of Lindsay Anderson, who's going to jump in next. And she's actually going to toss or share a story, or maybe actually have this person share her own story. I'm not quite sure yet. So Lindsay Anderson, are you on?
Hey, so I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to get on quite yet.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell my story, or do you want Sonia and Lexi to tell their story?
Yes.
Sonia and Lexi? Okay. So Sonia and Lexi, they're a mother and daughter who are watching here with us. And they have a really powerful story since they got started literally just a few weeks ago. So Lexi actually suffers from a really serious chronic condition. And so I'm just going to go ahead and let them jump on and kind of share their results so far.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm Sonia. This is my daughter, Lexi, and really started these products for her. I'm going to let her tell her story first, and then I'll tell what I know about it.
Okay, I'm Lexi. I'm 18, and I was diagnosed when I was 15 with POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I've had symptoms of it since I was 12. And lately, some of the symptoms I've been really struggling with are in my stomach, being able to go to the bathroom, constant bloating, and a lot of pain. So that was the latest struggle. So in hopes that I could find some relief, my mom had heard about this, and she got some so we could try it. And what package did we get?
Be healthy.
We got the Be Healthy package. And so I started with that. And I've noticed an extreme decrease in pain. I'm able to go to the bathroom almost every day, if not every other day, when before I had been going maybe 3 times in a month. So it's been great to be able to go to the bathroom more regularly. And the bloating has gone down from, I used to be extremely bloated every day to where I couldn't get my pants buttoned or my belt to fit. And baggy t-shirts were really tight. And now the bloating has gone down a lot. And also another good thing that we didn't actually intend on or plan for was my mood. My overall mood has increased a lot. I've been a lot happier even when I am in pain. Just, it's been great.
Yeah, so Lexi started on a bunch of different prescriptions for constipation and stomach issues in October, and nothing has worked. It's been, we've done enemas, we've done colonoscopy cleanses to try and get things moving, and just nothing has worked. And so Mary, Lindsay's mom, had shared her story with me. And so I called Lindsay the next day and I'm like, okay, what is it? What do we got to do? She was really helpful as far as we started really slow, not to overwhelm her system. But we started 3 weeks ago yesterday, or she did. And on a Wednesday, and by Saturday, she went to the bathroom. And this has been just the most exciting thing. Our poor foreign exchange student says we talk about pooping way too much in our house, but it's pretty exciting stuff for us. So, and then, yeah, her depression was, she suffered so badly with it, and it's just a complete turnaround. So, little bit about me. I didn't intend on really taking it. It was just more, I need to get her better. She's going off to college. But just by default on the the day after we got the products, she was like, oh my gosh, this sulfur tastes so horrible, you know? And I'm like, well, is it really that bad? So just out of curiosity, I took it. And I have, for the last 3 years, my gynecologist has wanted to do a hysterectomy because I have such horrible menstrual cycles. And I had actually woke up that Thursday with my period and had cramps and knew it was going to be a horrible day. And I took the sulfur and I went and took a shower and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, my cramps are gone, you know? Got to work, my headache was gone, my backache was gone. And literally that's all I took was the sulfur. And I thought, well, hell, I can't tell anybody this because they're going to think I'm nuts. But anyway, I continued taking it. I had not one cramp, not one headache, not one backache, the whole cycle. It was unbelievable. And so then I slowly started adding a few more of the things. And now we got another order yesterday. So I'm doing the super fruits now. And so I'm excited to see where more of the products that I'm going to start taking, what will help. But love the energy, love the sulfur. Well, I don't love it, but sorry about that. So yeah, it's just, you know, and people ask me, they're like, well, do I need to do like one of the kits? And I'm like, you know, I don't think if you don't, you're going to get the full benefit, number one, and two, really to try everything and see what is going to help you. And, I just think that, you know, I don't regret that at all. At first I was like, kind of spendy, but you know what? It's been worth every dime. And like I said, I just got my second order yesterday and I'm just excited to see where it takes us. So anyway, I thank Lindsay and her mom for introducing us to Pure. That's it. That's all I know.
So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Lindsay, did we have anybody else that was sharing, or is that it? Was that all? Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. I'm going to go right in and I'm going to share some slides. 1 second here. Share screen. This is my first time doing it this way, so I'm trying to make sure I'm going to do it the right way before we dive in. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oops, not what I wanted. Can you guys see the slideshow? Can you give me a nod? Yes, awesome. Yay, I'm doing this the right way. This is my first time doing it this way, so you guys are in for a treat, just so you know. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Carradine Roundy. Before I got started with Pure, I was just stuck. I was stuck physically, I was stuck mentally, I was stuck financially. I had been in the health and fitness industry for 5 years and I had just kept hitting a wall over and over and over again in a lot of different areas, especially with my body, but financially, just mentally, emotionally, I just felt stuck. And I had been working with Lindsay Krause previously, and I came to a place where I was just, I was desperate, and I had actually reached out to her over text, and basically was, because we were both in the same business previously, and I had reached out to her and just said, girl, like, I need help. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I've been doing this for 5 years. Like, why is something not working? And in all honesty, I was expecting a pep talk from her. And little did I know, she had actually been introduced, and she kind of learned a little bit more about this and what this is. And she actually sent me a very simple text back that basically said, I hear you, girl. I've been in the same boat. I have a plan, you know, something needs to change, and I have a plan. And this is where I was introduced to Pure. Now, before, you know, previously, before I got pregnant, around the time I got pregnant with my first son, which was just over 2 years ago, I had kind of dove into the natural, more holistic type of lifestyle because I had gotten so passionate about health. You know, diving into the health and fitness industry kind of opened that door for me. And so I kind of had already had this passion inside of me. And what I was doing before was not really fulfilling some holes that I had in my nutrition, not only mine, but my husband's. And then when I got pregnant, that just lit that fire even more. And so I had actually been praying for something like this, not expecting whatsoever for it to be in this form to be an answer to my prayers. But Lindsay told me about this, told me, you know, a few stories about it, and I instantly came home and I just researched the crap out of it. I basically, you know, looked at this same information that you're about to look at and was just blown away. Like, it was literally, like I said, an answer to my prayers. So once me and my husband just dove headfirst right into this, kind of like Teresa said, I'm like an all or nothing type girl. So we got started with the Be Fulfilled pack. I knew I was going to use it. I knew my husband was going to use it. And once we got started, I instantly noticed, kind of like, I think it was Lexi that said she had major bloating. My connection's unstable. Am I still good? Can you guys still see me? Yes. Okay, cool. So I noticed right off the bat, bloating and inflammation gone in the first week. And that right there was what got me past my plateau that I had been stuck at for years previously. Not only that, my husband is seeing some amazing results from this. My 1.5-year-old Sager is using these products as well, and I'm seeing some really great results with him too. I had struggled with infertility for 4 years, and now I've noticed my hormones are very much regulating themselves, which is something that has been hereditary passed down in my family. And this is something I had struggled with for my whole entire life, with my menstrual cycles, kind of like Sonia mentioned, with like cramps and headaches and backache and all that stuff. I've noticed a lot of changes in that area, which I'm so excited about, moving on to baby number 2 in the near future. And so I'm just really hopeful for, you know, what's to come, but also what this is doing for everybody as well. So Pure, People United, reaching everyone. So why are we even struggling with this like we are? So things are not, you know, as they should be. Like, there's a vicious cycle of the flawed lifestyle. Now we try to make it, you know, we try to make our lives healthy in like a drastic way, which is where the, you know, the yo-yo dieting comes from. I don't know if you have personal experience with that. I know that I do. It starts with an unhealthy lifestyle. We make temporary changes. We dive into, you know, dieting, we get some results for a while. We have drastic weight loss. We get this amazing goal, and then it's not sustainable. And so it actually just repeats itself over and over and over again. And so, you know, this is why we see this flawed just over and over and over again, is because it's just not sustainable over long term. So this is actually, sorry, I want to make sure I stay on track. So there's 30% of the US children are overweight, and 70% of US adults are overweight right now. And I don't know about you, but for me, just starting my family, that scares the crap out of me, and I'm not okay with that. This is actually the first generation that is not predicted to outlive their parents. And for me and my household, that is not okay. And like I mentioned, I have a 1.5-year-old, and, you know, kids looking at kids in the future, and that is something that I am definitely not okay with. So the US accounts for 5% of the population, but we use 80% of the prescription drug use of the world. Now, this is something that, I'm so sorry, I want to move this so I can see my slides all the way. There we go. Okay, so these prescriptions are designed to take care of the chronic disease, but when you look at the systems of the body, those are often preventable, and you wouldn't even need to be on those medications. Now, chronic disease is responsible for 7 out of 10 deaths every single year. The unfortunate thing is that people's lives are actually being lost way too soon due to these chronic diseases. And like we mentioned, if you actually get your body, you know, the micronutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, the things that it needs, most of these diseases are preventable. Okay, so the health bank account. We start out, every single one of us, when we are born, we start out with a balance. So what happens when you start out with a balance, but over time it just depletes a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Daily, weekly, yearly, this is just going down a little bit further and a little bit further. So you're withdrawing, you know, $50 here, you're withdrawing $100 here, $1,000 here. You know, life events take huge withdrawals from that bank account. So having kids is going to take a huge withdrawal from that bank account. Those babies, when you're growing those babies, they're going to take whatever nutrients that they need to grow the way they need to grow, no matter what. So they take your calcium, they take vitamins, they take minerals, they take nutrients from your body to produce for themselves. And so if you're not getting that back into your body somehow, you know, you're just over time withdrawing from that bank account. So increased activities, seasons of super high stress, you know, schooling, college, you know, all these different things that happen, relationships, you know, going through relationships, sicknesses, huge, that's a huge, you know, withdrawal. And so if you're not continually replenishing that bank account with healthy nutrition, then you are just over time, you know, you all of a sudden realize, okay, you get hit with this big sickness and you're wondering like, what happened? Well, over time, you've just withdrawn from that bank account and not, you know, built it back up. And so over time, that's when something big happens and you're like, what the heck? Well, it's because that bank account has just been going lower and lower and lower and lower. So let's talk about food. Now you're wondering like, why is there some spinach sitting on the computer here? There are food these days. Our food nowadays are just, they do not have the nutritional content that they used to. The topsoil has been stripped due to overproducing. There's been changes in fertilizer, no longer using manure. There's been a lot of different, you know, there's sprays, chemicals, different things that are used on things, on food these days, that it is lacking the nutritional content that our bodies are designed to need to function. So 1 cup of spinach now, or I'm sorry, 1 cup of spinach 50 years ago is equal to 79.8 cups of spinach today. Now that just like, let that sink in for a second. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't sit down and eat 80 cups of spinach in a day. And I don't necessarily know that I would want to. No, and this goes for like organic or conventional. Agriculture practices have changed, and that's just the way that it is there. And us knowing that knowledge now, it's up to us to be able to supplement where we need to supplement to, you know, fill those holes in our nutrition. So how do we solve this problem? Now, this is where these products come in. So the goal is to cleanse the body, balance the body, and build the body back up. The body is perfect. It is made perfect. It just needs to be given the tools to operate at a full capacity. So cleansing the 7 channels of elimination: the liver, the lungs, the skin, the lymphatic system, the bowels, the kidneys, and the bloodstream. So let's talk about nutrition, the first little box up there in the top. So these are you're going to find a lot of our products in liquid form. So these are liquid nutrients. They're absorbed quickly and they hit the bloodstream within 15 minutes, and they're best taken on an empty stomach. So you can actually feel them kick in and feel them take work. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm taking something and I'm not sure if it's really working, I think I already have my answer. Like, I like to get something in my body. I like to feel it kick in and feel it get to work. Now, the next one is the sports performance. Now, this gives the body what it needs pre, during, and post workout. My husband is one that has seen an amazing success with this sports performance. I've seen big results too, but I want to share his because his is a lot better. I don't know about you, but guys seem to just see like crazy faster results with stuff like this. I know that that's been my experience. But Eddie has seen, he's been working out and going to the gym for over 5 years now. And he's used, I can't even tell you the amount of money, the amount of research, the amount of time that this man has put into learning about the body and supplements and post-workouts and pre-workouts and all this stuff. And this is actually the most researched performance line that there is. And he, knowing that and researching it and actually putting it to the test, he has used no other products besides just these sports performance lines. And he has hit multiple personal records, PRs at the gym. He comes home and is like, man, like my squats, like I hit this today, like I've never hit that before. And I've hit this many reps. Like the only thing that's changed is putting in this sports performance. He looks better now. He's burned more fat and his muscles are actually like he's toning up. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful sight. I just have to tell you. This has been such a blessing for our family in the gym and the workout line, but also, okay, so before I get into this, I'm going to touch on this in a second. I get excited about this because this little sports performance has actually done way more than just sports performance for us. But it's not stimulating, but it's actually optimizing. There's BCAAs, energy, it helps with stress level. It keeps your stress level low when you're working out. And I don't know about you, but like 2 people going to the gym, me and somebody else going to the gym, like we're both doing the same workout, but that person's getting, you know, for example, say Eddie's getting 100 points for his workout and I'm going and only getting 10 points for my workout. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to wonder what the heck he's doing, because it's hard enough to get me to the gym anyways. So it's like, if I'm going to go to the gym, I want to get the best amount of points that I can for that workout as possible. And so that's where this has come in. So I also want to share, there's actually been a lot of added benefit to this sports performance I want to touch on just quickly. There's actually what we like to call our date night strategy. And it's really helped a lot using this line that's helped to relax. There's, like I mentioned, it's a stress adaptogen. It helps to relax the body. So ladies, I don't know about you, but if you can't like shut your brain off of like laundry, dishes, this, that, a million things going on in the back of your head when it's like time to get intimate with your spouse, there's certain things that are going to help you to reduce your stress, enjoy the process, if you know what I mean. There's certain things that help with hydration, if you know what I mean. There's certain things that help to circulate the blood, get the blood flowing to the right areas, if you know what I mean. I don't really need to go into detail, but you get what I'm getting at. There's also a specific superfruit, which we're going to talk about next, that also helps a lot with libido. So jumping into superfruits, I'll stop there because I could talk about that topic forever, and we don't want to spend forever talking about sex life. So superfruits, these are 100% wild harvested juice. There's no fillers. There's actually documented studies on the benefits of these. You can Google it. Like these are 100% what they are. So the first one, there's 4 different ones. So the first one is acai. It's great for hair, skin, and nails. It helps cholesterol and prostate health. Next one is mangosteen. It helps to protect against free radicals, natural and antihistamine, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, helps. You can probably hear my little guy screaming in the background. It helps with boosting immune system, which, speaking of him in the background, this has been amazing for him boosting his immune system. And it's helped a lot with us for during cold and flu season. The next one is noni. It's a digestive health immune booster, over 160 trace minerals, helps with blood sugar and cholesterol. Now, when we mentioned that these are 100% what they are, they don't all taste good. And noni is one of them that does not taste good, but people keep reordering this stuff, even though it doesn't taste good, because it actually works, right? Nobody would keep buying something that tastes nasty and doesn't work. So this is actually, my husband has a great story with this. We actually came home from the restaurant one night. He started not feeling good in his stomach. It was a Mexican restaurant, and he took some noni, and within like 10 minutes, he was feeling much better. So that was, to me, was like perfect. Goji is the very last one. It's the happy berry. This is the one that's great for libido. It's great for vision, cardiovascular health, healthy aging, endurance, stamina, healthy liver, and kidney function. So that's the superfruits. Okay, next, weight loss. Let's talk about that. So this is not a quick fix. I want to say this right off the bat. If you're after a quick fix, if you're after a magic pill, if you're after something that's going to help you to drop weight like that super fast, this is not for you. Like, this is just not it. So don't even waste your money. Don't waste your time. This works with the body to kick destructive habits, cravings for fried foods and sugar. It helps to replenish the body on a deeper level. And it's to where your body's not begging for treats all the time. It helps you to feel satisfied and helps you to feel full. We are after this is a long game, and we're after, long-term health and not just a quick fix. So next to the energy, this is probably my number one favorite product. People ask me my favorite. This is always my answer. It helps with the mental alertness. I actually kind of wish they would call it focus, because it's more of a mental energy, but it helps with mental alertness, clarity, kind of helps you to like fire on all cylinders, helps you to be more efficient, non-stimulating, and it's about balancing the adrenals. So very last thing is this, we're actually in the physician's desk reference. So this is when you go to a doctor's office, you have a specific problem, the doctor can go to their desk reference, open it up, and Pure is going to be there. This is, what they can utilize and recommend to help with people that have nutrition deficiencies. This is the place they're going to go. So next, I'm going to turn this over to Lindsay. She is going to kind of get us to the next steps of how this works, and if any of this is speaking to you, what your next steps are going to be. So I just seen her go to walk into the other room. I will let her take over as soon as she's ready. Hi, girl.
Hi. Okay, I want to make sure that I can see the slides. So I just jumped in the other room because I have people in my living room, so I didn't want there to be feedback. So yeah, so how this works, do you care, Carradine, if I just give my story just super quick?
Please do. I love your story.
So prior to starting with Pure, I had a lot of chronic health problems, and I had chronic fatigue. My hormones were out of whack, kind of some almost fertility issues, kind of like Carradine was struggling with. I couldn't stay pregnant. I had skin problems, all sorts of stuff. And then I did get pregnant, and I am pregnant right now, about 19 weeks along. But when I found Pure, I was right in my first trimester. And if you've ever been pregnant, you know that first trimester can be rough. And it was just amplifying all of my issues. I was so tired, I could barely get off of my couch. Yeah, so it was really rough. And so I reached out to Lindsay Krause because I wanted to know what she was doing because she was feeling so much better. And whoops, something is happening with the slides. Okay, thanks, Karen. And so we just dove right in without really planning on sharing it. I just wanted to feel better. And honestly, I didn't really know if it was going to work, but I was kind of out of options at that point, and I was just willing to try anything at that point. And kind of like Carradine was talking about with Eddie, with his stomach, I had a huge stomach ache when it came in the mail, and I took some of the Noni, and within 15 minutes, my nausea went away, and it has not come back since. And then the next day I had more energy, and the next day I had more energy, and I have more energy now than I did, before I was pregnant. My skin issues have cleared up. And so just feeling a lot better. And so I hadn't really planned on sharing it until I saw how well it worked. And so now we're going to talk about how this works. Do you want to? Perfect. Thank you. Oh, you're awesome. Okay, so there's two ways that you can get started. One is the IBO. It stands for Independent Business Operator, I believe, or a member. There's really no difference as far as pricing on things. IBO just leaves the option open if you do want to share it with somebody, and you can earn an income off of that. So I actually signed up as an IBO because I thought, well, if it works, I'm going to share it with somebody. Then you're going to place your order. So like Sonia was saying, the best way to start is really with a pack so that you can get your health bank account up where it needs to be. So there's some different packs here. So the Foundation 100, if there's only a small amount that you can start with, that would be kind of the bare bones minimum to start with. There's also the Be Transformed and the Be Healthy, both very good packages. The Be Fulfilled, though, is really kind of where it's at because you get everything. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. That the Be Fulfilled is where you're really going to take your bank account. If your health bank account was like mine and it was like in the negative, that's really where you're going to flood your system with everything that it needs and get that health bank account back up to the 10,000 right away. Or you can customize your own. And so, depending on your needs, you can just reach out to the person that invited you to this video and kind of customize your own. So awesome. Okay. And then like I was saying, if you sign up as an IBO, whether you're a member or an IBO, you get placed somewhere within the team. So even if you start out as a member and switch over to an IBO at some point, you can. Most people actually do. So what I found anyway. So you get a place on the team. And that's what's really great about this. So it's kind of one of those things where, I shared it with my mom. My mom shared it with Sonia. And then we all kind of worked together on this team. Lindsay Krause shared it with me. She also shared it with Carradine. And so you actually can get paid based on other people sharing it too. So you share it with the people that you care about. They share it with people that they care about. And just to kind of give you an idea, thank you, Carradine. Just to kind of give you an idea of what the money part of it actually looks like, because when I started sharing it with people, it was mostly just because, well, and it still is, it's just because I wanted people to feel better, because I had felt like garbage and I didn't want people to feel like garbage anymore. But we actually, within a couple of weeks, hit that gold director rank. So you can see, like, even almost kind of on accident, we built it up enough to $34,000. Like, that is how much I used to make when I worked full time. So I know Keratin has hit platinum. We've had, like, what is it, Keratin, like 40 some people already since we started in December that have earned an income from this. My mom accidentally hit bronze. Lindsay Krause, who started the call, she, I believe, hit that ruby level. Taryn, who is normally doing these classes, but she's actually in Israel right now, they hit that black diamond level. So, and these are like real people. These are real people making income from this, just sharing the message, just like we're doing right now. Okay, and so, whoops. So our team's recipe for success. First of all, you actually would have to get started if you wanted to do it as a business. And we would recommend, like, if you're gonna do this, if the income appeals to you at all, definitely start with that Be Fulfilled package, because you're setting yourself up not only to refill your health bank account, but you're also going to make, that's okay, you're also going to be able to make twice as much with the same amount of work and effort, if that makes sense. So you join as an IBO. Obviously, you can set up your auto ship, and then training. So when I first started this, I was like, okay, well, what do I do? I don't have any idea how to. What do I say to people? You know, how do I share this with other people? Because I don't want to, I don't want to be who doesn't want to be the person like chasing their friends and family down? Amen, right? None of us want to do that. So we do have training that we plug into, and our entire team is on the same page with their training, which, amen, that's amazing. But we have a system to plug you into if that is something that you want to look into. We also give you scripts of, like, what do I say to people? You just have to read. It's super, super duper easy. So, okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Be Fulfilled and what that all involves. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff there. You get everything that's in the Pure line, multiple months supply of it. This much product from Pure, if you were to buy it all individually, would be $2,533. Now, when I saw that, I kind of wanted to throw up a little bit, especially because $150 of shipping, because it comes, I mean, this stuff is heavy, it's liquid, and it comes in big boxes. And then there's $25, it's kind of like a Sam's Club or Amazon fee like they do, where you get a discount. You get the wholesale price on stuff for an entire year. And then Pure, what's really kind of cool about Pure being, they're not really a new company, but they're not, had you heard about Pure before this? I hadn't. But they're actually giving out pre-IPO shares to the people that get started. And when you purchase a Be Fulfilled package, you get 30, I believe, I don't know for sure if you have to be an IBO. I would just sign up as an IBO anyway, but you get 30 pre-IPO shares in the company. So that's pretty cool. But they actually, thank goodness, have discounted it. So because you're jumping in, you're diving in, and you're investing in yourself, they knocked, what is that, like $800 off of the price. So for $1899.95, you get everything in that Be Fulfilled package. You also get free shipping, and then they waive the annual fee, but you still get the 30 shares in the company, which is super cool. So like we said, we have training, we have experts. So I don't know, we don't really have a diagram, but I talked about this the last time I taught a class is, I don't know about you guys, but they say that the average person retains about 10% of the information that they see and hear. On a good day, I feel like I may be like 3 or 4%. I don't know about you guys, but just as an example. So let's say that Keratin is a super genius and she retains 50% of everything that she hears. And she goes and she learns from an expert, whether it's about the actual pure products themselves and all the benefits and all the things that they can do, or if it's the business training, that side of it. Let's say she plugs into the experts and she learns all of this. And then Keratin comes and talks to me. And let's say that I'm a super genius too. And I retain 50% of the information as well. Well, actually, if Keratin's teaching me and she only had 50%, I'm only getting 25%. And then I go share it with another friend. They're only getting 12.5% of the information. Well, what happens when it gets to you and you're brand new and you're starting out, whether it's trying to get your health back on track with all of these products or trying to maybe do the business side of it? So what we've done is we've made it so that you don't have to rely on people relaying the information. We get to plug in straight to the experts. So we have weekly Q&A sessions with an expert that knows all about these products, so that you can ask questions. You can really learn what the benefits are, but then also we plug into a business expert with the training so that you don't have to rely on us trying to share with you what you've done or what we've done. You can actually plug into where all of us learned from as well. Okay, so there's 3 kinds of people that are usually watching this at this point. The first person is like, no thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. And if you're still even watching this video, thank you for making it through the entire video. And we just appreciate you watching. Maybe you know somebody that this would be good for, or maybe there's a couple of things that you took away and you're like, you know, I would actually like some more energy. Talk to the person that invited you to this. And they can give you, it says livepure.com on there, but everybody has kind of their own individual website. So go ahead and find out what the website is for that person, and you can kind of get started. Put these things in your body and see if they work for you. The second kind of person is like, I really want, like there's like this churning happening in you where you really want to dive in, but you want to talk to your mom, your dad, your best friend, your doctor, your everybody before you make a decision. And we understand, we totally respect that. But again, I would just recommend, like, you know, sign up as a member and actually get this stuff in your body. Because like Keratin said, if you can feel it working, you know it's working. So that gives you the chance to actually put it in your body to see if it works for you. And then the number 3 person is like, yes, like, where do I sign up? Teach me how to do this. I'm all in. Give me that Be Fulfilled pack. And you're exactly the kind of person that we're looking for. So if you know that you're a number 3 person, when you're done watching this, jump on and talk to the person that invited you to this, and they can go ahead and get you started right away. So that is pretty much all for us tonight. Thank you so much. Keratin, do you have anything else?
Let me unmute myself. No, I'm good. That was perfect. Thank you guys so much for staying with us tonight, and we will talk to you later.
Bye.